The man we know as Spartacus, the one destined to shake the foundations of Rome, was born a Thracian. This land, known for its rugged terrain and fierce inhabitants, was a place where only the strong survived. His homeland, a rugged land on the fringes of the Roman world, bred fierce warriors. The Thracians were known for their tenacity and their skill in battle, traits that would later define Spartacus himself. Spartacus was one of these warriors. He grew up learning the art of war, mastering the use of the sword and shield, and understanding the strategies that would one day make him a formidable leader. We know little of his early life. The details are shrouded in mystery, lost to the sands of time. What we do know comes from fragmented historical records and the legends passed down through generations. Some say he served in the Roman army. This would have given him a unique insight into Roman military tactics and the weaknesses of their forces. Others whisper he was a chieftain among his people, a leader who commanded respect and loyalty, someone who could inspire others to follow him into battle. What we know for sure is that fate, or perhaps Roman cruelty, saw him enslaved. Captured and torn from his homeland, Spartacus was thrust into a world of brutality and oppression. Spartacus, stripped of his freedom, found himself in Capua. This city, known for its opulence and decadence, was a stark contrast to the harsh landscapes of Thrace. This Roman city, a place of decadence and wealth, held a dark secret. Beneath its luxurious exterior, Capua was home to a brutal institution. It was home to a school for gladiators. Here, men were trained to fight and die for the amusement of the Roman populace. Here, men were broken and trained to fight, their lives forfeit for the entertainment of the Roman mob. The training was harsh, designed to strip away their humanity and turn them into mere instruments of death. Spartacus, the warrior, became a gladiator. He was forced to fight not for his people, not for his homeland, but for the bloodthirsty crowds of Rome. He learned to wield the sword, not for freedom, not for glory, but for survival. His skills were undeniable. He adapted quickly, mastering the brutal techniques required to stay alive in the arena. He was strong, swift, and intelligent. These qualities set him apart from the other gladiators and earned him a reputation. He became a legend in the arena, his name whispered with fear and admiration. The crowds cheered for him, but Spartacus remained a prisoner, his heart yearning for freedom. But Spartacus never forgot his lost freedom. The memories of his homeland and the desire to break free from his chains never left him. He saw the cruelty of Rome, the injustice of slavery, the suffering of his fellow slaves fueled his resolve, and he yearned for something more. The spark of rebellion began to grow within him, setting the stage for a revolt that would shake the very foundations of the Roman Empire. The Roman Republic, a rising power in the ancient world, was built on the backs of slaves. These slaves were the unseen force that powered the mighty Roman machine, their labor essential to the Republic's expansion and prosperity. Millions toiled in the fields, mines, and grand villas of the wealthy. They worked from dawn till dusk, their sweat and blood fueling the opulence of the Roman elite. Treated as property, not people, they endured unimaginable hardships. Their lives were marked by relentless labor, brutal punishments, and a complete lack of personal freedom. Their lives were cheap, their suffering immense. The Roman society viewed them as expendable, mere tools to be used and discarded at will. The lash was their constant companion. Whippings were a common punishment, a cruel reminder of their subjugation. The threat of death always loomed. At the slave markets, fear was palpable as overseers barked orders and threats, ensuring compliance through terror. Many slaves simply accepted their fate, broken in spirit. Others harbored dangerous dreams, dreams of freedom, dreams of revenge. These whispers of rebellion were a constant undercurrent in the slave quarters. The gladiatorial schools, like the one in Capua, were microcosms of this brutal system. Here, slaves were trained to fight and die for the entertainment of the masses. Gladiators, though technically slaves, held a unique position. They were both revered and reviled, their strength and skill making them both valuable and dangerous. They possessed strength, skill, and a certain dangerous glamour. The crowds cheered for their victories, mourned their deaths, and were captivated by their prowess. The crowds cheered for their victories, mourned their deaths. The spectacle of gladiatorial combat was a powerful distraction from the harsh realities of Roman life. Yet, behind the spectacle, the reality was grim. Gladiators lived under constant threat, their lives a series of brutal training sessions and deadly combats. They trained under the watchful eyes of guards, their lives controlled by their masters. Every move was monitored, every action scrutinized. Every day was a struggle for survival. The intense training pushed them to their limits, leaving them exhausted and battered. The slightest infraction could mean torture or death. The brutal reality of their existence was a stark contrast to the glory they displayed in the arena. In the heart of Capua, a city known for its grandeur and its gladiatorial schools, a spark of rebellion ignited. This spark was not just a physical flame but a metaphorical one, representing the burning desire for freedom and justice. It began with a whisper, a quiet murmur among the oppressed. These whispers carried the weight of dreams and the hope of a better future, a shared dream of freedom. Spartacus, the Thracian warrior, became the focal point of this discontent. He saw in his fellow gladiators the same longing for liberty that burned within him. He spoke to them, not of individual survival, but of collective freedom. He reminded them of their strength, their skills, and the injustice they endured. His words resonated deeply within their hearts. These were not ordinary slaves. They were gladiators, trained to fight and die. They had nothing to lose but their chains. The plan was daring, desperate, but not impossible. They would seize weapons, fight their way out of the school, and escape into the wilds of Italy. There, they hoped to find freedom or die fighting for it. The conspiracy grew. A dangerous secret passed from one gladiator to another. Among the conspirators were Crixus, a Gaul of immense strength, known for his fierce combat skills and unwavering loyalty to the cause, and Oenomaus, a fellow Thracian who shared Spartacus's warrior spirit. Oenomaus was not just a fighter, but a symbol of resilience and determination. These men, along with a handful of others, became Spartacus's trusted lieutenants, ready to die for the dream of freedom. They were bound by a common goal, a shared vision of a life free from the shackles of oppression. Together, they plotted their escape, each step meticulously planned, each move calculated. The rebellion was no longer just a dream. It was becoming a reality, fueled by the courage and determination of these brave souls. The rebellion began in blood and chaos. Seizing knives and whatever weapons they could find, Spartacus and his followers rose against their guards. The rebellion, initially planned in secret, exploded into violence. Caught off guard, the guards fought back fiercely, but they were outnumbered and outmatched. The gladiators, fueled by rage and desperation, cut through their oppressors. Breaking free from the confines of the school, Spartacus led his small band of rebels towards Mount Vesuvius. This towering volcano, looming over the Bay of Naples, offered a natural refuge. Its slopes were treacherous, easy to defend, difficult to attack. As news of the escape spread, other slaves flocked to Spartacus's banner. Shepherds, farmers, miners, all those who yearned for freedom saw in Spartacus a beacon of hope. The small band of gladiators swelled into an army, united in their hatred of Rome.